Alright class, what's up? This is my first video. I hope you enjoy the music. We are going to do distributive property. Come on. Here we go. I think I know how to do two-step equations with distributive property. Alright, let's do this. Here we go, the first one. Number 1 is negative 10 equals negative 2v times v minus 5. What do you see? What do you see? Do you see anything? I see a distributive property right there. Let's see. Can you see? Can you see here? There you go. Let's see. Let's see. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. Come on. Zoom in. There you go. There you go. All right. Here we go. Draw the line down there because at the end it's going to balance, right? So I see a distributive property, right? A distributive property right there. So go ahead and do multiplication or the generic rectangle. Here we go. Right? Now we're going to go ahead and multiply. What do we get right here? Negative 2v, right? And then negative 2 times negative 5 is positive 10. There we go. So we bring it down. And we write it. Negative 2v plus 10. Extend the line. And bring it down. Bring it down. Here we go. Now what do? We need to go ahead. We did distributive property. So make sure you write distributive property. Okay? Because that's what we did. Distributive property. And now what do we need to do? Well, locate the variable. It's on the right side. And we need to do what? 0 pairs. There you go. 0 pairs. Yeah. What do we need to take out? The negative 2v and add a 2v? Nope. Because we need to isolate the variable, but not just yet. We need to get rid of these units. So the opposite, or 0 pairs, is minus 10. We're going to add a negative 10. That makes it 0. And what I do on one side, I got to do 2v. Yeah. To the other side. All right, here we go. Let's add. So we're going to bring down the negative 2v, right? And what's this? Negative 10 plus negative 10. So I'm going to do my little baseball technique because we know we have 10 negatives. And we know we got 10 negatives. And in total we have negative what? 20. There you go. You got it? Now what's the next step? We still got the v. Negative 2 times v. We got to divide by what? The coefficient by the coefficient of what? Of v. There you go. Coefficient of v, which is what? Negative 2. So divide both sides by negative 2. There you go. So negative 2 divided by negative 2 is a 1. That's a 1. So it's going to leave me with b. And yeah. And negative divided by a negative is a what? Positive. And 20 divided by 2 is 10. So my v is 10. But what does that mean to the equation? What does it mean to the equation? It means that if I plug it in, it's going to what? It's going to balance. So let's check it out. Here we go. Let's write it. Negative 10 equals negative 2 times 10 minus 5. There you go. So what do? Parentheses, right? PEMDAS. Here's your parentheses. 10 take away 5 is 5. Yes. And you're going to multiply that by negative 2. And negative 10 equals negative 2 times 5. And what's negative times a positive? Well, that's a negative, right? If you forget, just, you guys learned this, right? Cover the negative times the positive, and that's the negative. And, or basically 2 times 5 is 10, right? And the opposite of 10 is negative. So negative 10 and negative 10. Does it balance? Yes, it does. We're done. We're done with this one. Yeah. Let's go ahead and try another one. Number 2. Go ahead and write that down. Write that down. Write that down. Here we go. Number 2. Negative, or the opposite of negative 3 plus m equals negative 4. There you go, chicken dance. So here we have the negative, or the opposite of all this. Okay, the opposite of what's inside the parentheses. Or you could have done distributive property and done negative 1 times what? Let's write it down. Let's go ahead and multiply. Yeah, positive. 3, yes. M. Negative times positive, negative. So there you go. 3 plus negative m equals, bring it down, negative 4. And look, it's the opposite of what's inside the parentheses. You see the negative 3? What's the opposite? 3. What's the opposite of m? Negative m. So plus negative m. All right, there we go. So what we did is distributive property. All right, now what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Where we locate our variable, which is on the left side, and we need to do what's called 0 pairs. 0 pairs, write it down. So I need to get rid of the units, right? Because I have negative m. So I got positive 3, so to make it a 0, I got to add a negative 3 to both sides. What does that give me? Negative m, or negative 1m, equals 0 pairs. So I'm going to do my little technique. My answer is negative what? Negative, yeah, 7. Am I done? No, you are not done, because why? You need to what? You need to divide by the coefficient of m, which is negative 1. So you're going to divide the left side by negative 1, this side by negative 1, right? Negative 1 divided by negative 1, that's a 1. So m equals negative divided by negative is a positive. 7 divided by 1 is 7. So m is 7. So all you got to do now is plug it in. Plug it into the equation just to make sure. So you got negative 3 plus m, which is 7, should equal negative 4, right? So what's in parentheses? That's negative, parentheses, negative 3 plus 7. Yeah, little country. Positive what? 4. So that should be what? So the opposite of positive 4 is negative 4, which equals negative 4. That's correct. Or negative 1 times positive 4 is negative 4. It's whichever way you want to look at it. The opposite of 4, or negative times positive is negative, and 1 times 4 is 4, gives you the same answer. So we are done. Country. Yeah. Are we ready for the next one? All right, here we go. Here we go. We're doing number 6. Let's do number 6. Write it down. Come on. So just follow along. I'm not going to say anything. Here we go. Let's see what you got. What you got? Come on. Yeah. What do you write? What are you doing? I'm going to do the arrows. Remember, that's a negative 2. Okay? Here we go. Then we're going to multiply. Negative times a negative. 4. My variable's still here. What am I going to do now? Zero pairs. Add what? -4. See that? -2x. Let's do a little baseball. Negative what? -20. Why? Wait. Why? Why is it -20? Because they're both on the negative side, right? And you add them, and then your answer's -20. Now what are we going to do? Divide by what? By the coefficient of x. And what's the coefficient of x? -20? No. Right here, -2. So I'm going to divide both sides by -2. And again, -2 divided by -2 gives you a 1. So I have an x, right? And negative divided by negative is positive. And 20 divided by 2 is, yep, 10. So what does that mean to the equation? Plug it in. Remember, x is 10. X is 10. Here we go. Let's try it. -2 times 10 minus 2 equals -16. Parentheses, right? So what's inside the parentheses? It's 8. So -2 times 8. What's negative times positive? Well, that's a negative. And 2 times 8, 16. Does that equal the other side, which is 16, -16 on the equation? Yep. So what's my answer? Is my answer -16? No, that's just to balance it. That's just that we're checking it, right? My answer is x is 10. There you go. Next one, number 10. Oh, ooh, number 10. Here we go. All right. Are we ready? Are we ready for the next one? Let's see. What do we do? Look for distributive property, right? So go ahead. Let's see. Where is it? Draw the line. Where is it? Show me. Show me. Ah, you're getting closer. You're getting closer. Oh, yeah, right here. There you go. Ready? We're going to do the generic rectangle. Turn the lights off in this place. Come on. There you go. So we're going to write 2 plus n. Now we're going to multiply. Careful. Negative times positive is negative. 2 times 2 is 4. Negative times positive is negative. 2 times n is 2n. These are the products that we're using. All right? That's it. It's all about math. Pro math. There you go. Write it over. There you go. Closer. All right. There you go. There you go. Here we go. So what do we do with the other side of the equation? Bring it down. Just bring it down. Just bring it down. All right. So now we're going to do what? 0 pairs, right? 0 pairs. So make sure you write that. 0 pairs. Okay? And what are we going to do? We're going to add positive 2n or positive 4. Yep. We're going to add plus 4. So say add plus 4. Don't forget, over here we forgot to put distributive property. Okay? Distributive property. So here we're going to go ahead and add plus 4 to both sides. To both sides. Right? We forgot that. To both sides. Because what you do on one side, you do to the other side. Here you go. That's 0. What's 16 plus 4? Yeah, it's 20. And then what do you bring down? -2 times n, right? So we're done with 0 pairs. Now we're going to divide by the coefficient of n, which is -2. And that's the coefficient of n. Make sure you're writing this stuff. All right. And what's, because we still have the n here, we're going to divide by -2. So -2 divided by -2, it's a 1, right? We're getting closer to the answer. Here we go. And what's positive divided by negative? That's a negative. 20 divided by 2, that's 10. Okay, you guys, don't think because it's number 10, your answer is negative. No, it's just by coincidence. So my n is -10. So now we got to double check. We got to double check to the equation and see if both sides balance. So we got 16 equals -2 times what? 2 plus -10. So I'll just put a little bracket. Got it? So we're going to do what's inside the parentheses. What's inside the parentheses? Yes, 2 plus -10, which if you, again, done the little baseball because there's an addition, 2 and -10, what's your answer? Negative. And by how many? 8. Right? -8. Why? Because there's more negatives. So -2 times -8. Negative times negative is what? Positive. 2 times 8 is 16. So 16 should equal 16 on the other side. And there's my answer. Yes. There you go. Next one. 14. Number 14. We're slowing down. I'm still here at the school. It's 4:15. Here we go. Number 14. Number 14. Let's do this. Write it down. You guys got it? Follow along. Oh man, that's too slow, man. We need something more upbeat. Upbeat, 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 upbeat. No, come on, nah. Here we go. Here we go. A ver qué hacemos. Distributive property. We got it. I see it. Right here. Go ahead. Set it up. Multiply. 5 times 1. It's not 6. We're not adding. We're multiplying. And here we go. 5 times n, and they're both positive. So plus 5n. So we got 5 plus 5n. Forget about this 5 because we don't need it. We just want what I circled, what we found. Okay, the product of 5 times 1. And what do we do with this 5? We bring it down. We still got the n, so let's go ahead, circle it. So now what do we do? We do 0 pairs. What are we going to do? What are we going to add to both sides? Add what? Well, they're all 5. So we're going to add a -5 to both sides. All right? -5 to both sides. So let's go ahead and -5, -5. That's a 0. So 5n equals 5 take away 5 is 0. Are we done? No, because we still got to divide by coef of n, which equals 5. Do it. So my n is 0. My answer is 0. It's not no answer. It's actually 0. There's a value for n, and that's 0. So if we plug in 0, it will balance. Let's check it out. Parentheses times 5 is 5. And does that equal this side? Yup, it equals. So we work. It works. Right? Got it. And the last one. One more. And that's number what? What is it? 18. Yeah, number 18. You guys ready? All right, here we go. Number 18. Oh, yeah.
Hey, I got a new dance for y'all called the
Here we go.
Just gotta punch, then crank back 3 times from left to right.
We ready?
Soldier boy, I'm in it. Why me crank it? Why me roll? Why me crank that soldier?
There we go. So what do we do? What do we do? We crank that distributive property. Distributive property. Go ahead. You got it? You guys got the distributive property? Okay, what's my answer on the first one? I'm waiting. Yep. Negative 2x. What about the second one? 0? No. Positive 4? No. Negative 2 times positive 2 is negative 4. We're not going to use this one anymore. There we go. Bring it down. Bring it down. Negative 2x plus negative 4. Bring it down. Here we go. Where's the variable? It's right there. All right, so I need to do what? 0 pair. See, it's all the same thing. So what am I going to add? I'm going to add a plus 2x or plus 4. We're going to add a plus 4 to both sides. All right, to both sides. There you go. Plus 4. We got 0 here. What do we got here? What do we got here? Negative 10. Where does that go? Right here, because there's negative 10 negatives and positive 4. So that's 0 pairs, which means my answer is going to be negative because there's more negatives. And there's 6 more because I'm going to subtract, right? 6, which is equal to negative 2x. Now what are we going to do? I said try to do it like me. Man, that damn divide by negative 2, which is the coefficient of x. Here's your coefficient right here. So I'm going to divide by negative 2 both sides. What's negative 2 divided by negative 2? That's a giant 1. So my answer is x. And negative divided by negative, you should know that's a positive. And 6 divided by 2 is 4? No, 3. There you go. What does that mean to the equation? That means if I plug it in, here we go, negative 10 equals negative 2 times 3 plus 2 parentheses. What do I do? Parentheses. Multiply. That should be negative 10. And that equals negative 10. And we're done. And I'm going to dab. There you go. We're done. We're done. I'm done. That's it. Woo. You got it. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I'm done. I'm done. I think I'm done. I'm trying to. I'm done. I'm done.